Nashville's real estate market is exploding, and some suburbs are gaining value faster than almost anywhere in the country. I'm Lorene Hetherington with Hetherington Team and Parks Realty. After 20 years in the business, I have seen this cycle again and again. Buyers hesitate, prices jump, and suddenly that dream neighborhood feels out of reach. So today, let's hone in on 7 Nashville suburbs that you'll want to buy before it gets too late. First up is Franklin, the crown jewel of Middle Tennessee. Franklin feels a lot like a town pulled straight out of a Hallmark Christmas movie. Stroll down Main Street and you'll see plenty of brick sidewalks, boutiques and shops, and live music from cafes. Families really love it in Franklin because it feels safe and is very community driven. They have festivals, parades, and neighbors who actually know each other's names. But Franklin isn't just pretty and friendly. It's part of the Williamson County, which means it has some of the best schools in Tennessee. I've had families move here just for that reason, to be part of the Williamson County School District. And when schools are good, let's face it, demand for homes usually stays very strong. Right now, most homes in Franklin are selling in that $1.2 million range, with many neighborhoods going much higher. Long-term, buying in Franklin has consistently meant building steady equity and family wealth. And that's why I often call it Nashville's safe bet. Because trust me, you're not buying just a house here, you're buying a peace of mind. On top of that, Franklin gives you history and culture that you can feel every single day, from Civil War sites to the famous Franklin Theater. It's a Tennessee town that mixes past and present in a way that feels very alive and, yes, gracious and welcoming. Families move here really never want to leave. They just see them trading up and up and up on houses. So if Franklin is the heartwarming favorite, nearby Brentwood is the bold, impressive neighbor. When you drive through Brentwood, Tennessee, the first thing you'll notice is space. Big lawns, gracious Southern-style homes, and quiet streets that feel really private. Families love it for the parks and the trails. They are extensive, and professionals love it because it sits right between Franklin and downtown Nashville, so it's a great central location. I've worked with clients that wanted a home that felt like a retreat, very private, but still close enough to commute to downtown or get to the airport within 25 minutes, and Brentwood fits that perfectly. You can finish your work downtown and in 25 minutes later be pulling up through a gated community with rolling green hills. Brentwood, though, does sit in the premium pricing tier. Homes are not inexpensive. The average home for sale today is $1.7 million. That's up 8% from a year ago. So you are going to be paying some premium prices in Brentwood, but you're buying into a market where there's always lots of buyers, and that competition keeps values strong year after year. Another perk of living in Brentwood is really the lifestyle. Top-rated public schools, country clubs, and quiet shopping centers that give you a very polished feel. It doesn't have Franklin's downtown square, but it makes up for it with its upscale convenience and reputation for stability. But what if you're looking for a suburb that's growing where you can get in before prices take off? Well, that is Nolensville. Nolensville is one of the fastest growing cities in Tennessee, and when you visit, you'll see why. Not long ago, it was mostly farmland. Now, new neighborhoods all over, schools, grocery stores, coffee shops. It is booming in Nolensville. And the best part is you still get really that small town rural feel. Drive through it and you'll see kids riding bikes, families chatting on porches, and community events that feel very welcoming. At the same time, you're about 30 to 40 minutes drive to Nashville or Franklin. I had a couple who recently started looking in Franklin and they ended up buying in Nolensville. As a matter of fact, we just went into contract this morning. In Nolensville, they found a newer house, bigger yard, and stayed within their budget. So that's often their trade-off that a lot of buyers make, and it pays off. Nolensville price point, though, is climbing fast. It still offers an accessible entry point compared to more expensive Brentwood and Franklin. So that's what makes Nolensville attractive for families looking to stretch that budget a little bit further. Today, and we're into September 2025, the average sale price in Nolensville is $1,108,000. And because the city is adding so much new infrastructure, schools, shops, and roads, it feels like you're buying into a town that is just beginning its story. Now let's move back to Nashville, to Green Hills. Green Hills is one of the most popular neighborhoods I get asked about time and time again from people moving here. And it makes sense. You're just minutes from downtown, but it doesn't feel chaotic. Instead, it's tree-lined streets, big homes, and some of the best shopping in the city. Think high-end boutiques at the mall at Green Hills, Trader Joe's and Whole Foods side by side and very walkable. And of course, there's the famous Bluebird Cafe, where singers and songwriters play in the most intimate settings that you can imagine. People exploring fall in love with the neighborhood of Green Hills just from that experience alone. The homes here in Green Hills are in demand, and they're not inexpensive. They usually start around $2 million. Every once in a while, we can find something for about $1.5 million. It is one of those places is where people buy smaller homes in Nashville with the idea that they'll move up and move to Green Hills. Green Hills real estate holds its value and keeps appreciating year after year. If you're into the numbers, this is a proven performer. It's also incredibly convenient, whether you're heading downtown for work or to the airport or just want a short drive to Vanderbilt. Green Hills puts you in the middle of it all. It has a reputation for luxury, but it's also quite practical. It's kind of a niche, a nice balance between quiet suburbia and city convenience. If you want something that's perhaps a little trendier with more buzz and energy, let's take you to 12 South. 12 South is where Nashville shows off its fun side. Walk down the street and you'll pass murals, coffee shops, upscale restaurants, and boutiques. It's always alive in 12 South. You can see families with strollers, friends grabbing lunch, and people lining up for ice cream at Jenny's. The homes are just as mixed. You'll see older bungalows that have been fixed up right next to $3 million new builds. That variety is also part of the city's charm. And unlike most of Nashville, 12 South is extremely walkable. You can go grab dinner, shop, and head home without ever getting in your car. Buyers love it because it's stylish, hip, and social, but still really feels like a neighborhood. Expect premium pricing if you're considering 12 South. Most homes right now are 1.5 and up, with stylish new builds easily topping $3 million. The real driver in 12 South, though, is its uniqueness. Historic cottages and stylish new builds spark bidding wars almost immediately when a home is priced correctly out the gate. Every year, more and more restaurants and shops pop up in 12 South, and that keeps demand really steady and, again, a really fun, walkable neighborhood. So if you're looking for a lively place with a dynamite walk score where you can step outside and feel like you're in the middle of something, 12 South is your home. Now let's move just a bit over to the West End, where Nashville's universities keep the energy high. Vanderbilt and Belmont are both here on the West End, so the streets are always alive with students, professors, and doctors. That also brings a steady demand for housing, whether you're renting or you're buying. And right in the middle is a full-scale replica of the Parthenon. It's one of those things that you can only find in Nashville. From a housing perspective, it is extremely stable on the West End. Homes here average about in that $1 million bracket, and because there's always a rotation of people needing to live nearby, you'll never have trouble finding buyers for your home down the road. West End is also close to some of Nashville's best hospitals, which means medical staff are always moving in and out. That constant flow of professionals makes it an investment that you can count on. So if you want something lively, urban, and dependable, West End checks all of those boxes. So maybe you're craving space, water views, and affordability. That's where Hendersonville comes in. Henderson feels like a gateway, but it's only about 40 minutes from downtown Nashville. The big draw, Old Hickory Lake. Imagine finishing work and heading straight out for an evening boat ride. Families love it in Hendersonville because it's safe and there's plenty of room to spread out. Prices tend to be a little bit more affordable here, usually sitting in that $600 to $800 to $1 million range. If you're on the water, it is about 3 times that. Hendersonville has history. Johnny Cash lived here, and the town holds that mix of character and community. Also, it has great schools, plenty of outdoor activities. You can definitely see why Hendersonville is growing so quickly. Again, fairly close to Nashville, about 35 to 40 minutes, depending on traffic. So these are the 7 suburbs that I would be watching really closely right now if you are moving to town. And if Nashville is on your radar, go ahead and call or text me before prices kind of get out of reach in that neighborhood that you really were looking for, edges out of where your comfort price point is. Today, we want to just say thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes for us. This is a real estate channel. Our team specializes in the luxury market here in Nashville, and we'd love the opportunity to help you find your next home. Even if you just want to call us and answer a couple of questions, we're happy to spend whatever time we need to make sure that you're comfortable with your decision to move to Nashville. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.